Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well, and I am sending you huge amounts of love and light energy as always. If you hear me moving around in the background, I forgot to get out my crystals that resonate with each of the 7 chakra centers. So yes, I am going to be doing another 7 chakra reading for the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. I just wanted to do this again because I really enjoyed this style of reading in the video that we did on Wednesday, the collective reading. So I'm going to go ahead and channel into some messages that I'm picking up from each chakra center for both the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Now, of course, as I always say, only take the messages that truly resonate for you personally. These readings are collective, so I do tend to pick up on many different people, situations, and threads of energy throughout the readings. So I'm getting my cards a bit organized here, and let's go ahead and get into the reading. I would love to know how you're all doing this week. You can feel free to let me know in the comment section if you have anything that you would like to share with our community. I've said this before, but I really cannot overstate how grateful I am for each and every one of you here and for this whole space that we're co-creating together. So thank you so much for being part of that. So let's go ahead and start with the root chakra for the Divine Feminine. So I'm actually feeling guided to pull a Lover Oracle card, which is really interesting because I definitely wasn't expecting to start with this deck. Usually this contains love messages. So I feel that I'm hearing there's something buzzing in the air, like an excitement in the air, or I'm getting this feeling of like adrenaline or butterflies or excitement. I don't know if this is something you're feeling, Divine Feminine, or if this is something that someone is feeling about you. It could be both, because if someone is feeling that way about you, you could be picking up on it since you're very empathic, and you could be receiving that through energetic transference. So it may be both for some of you listening. I got the name John for someone, and we pulled the card, Please Do What Is Best for Your Heart. And I am stuck in visions of us together. So I feel like this card, the first card we pulled, is actually a message from your higher self, Divine Feminine. Please do what is best for your heart. So this is a reminder from either your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with, to remember to care for your own personal energy and to make choices that are self-supportive, especially when it comes to love and romance, if that's been relevant in your life, if you were one of those who felt that there was that kind of like buzzing energy of excitement around your love life. Again, either if you're feeling that for another person or someone is feeling that for you, I feel that the message here is to really take into account your own needs, which sounds so simple, but when so many feminines are programmed to over self-sacrifice in order to please others or to caretake, especially to caretake masculine energy, it can be difficult at times to remember to make the decisions that are the most self-loving and self-supportive, and to remember that you can really only give from that place of overflow, from having already filled your own cup, so to speak. But with I am stuck in visions of us together, I feel that there's someone who can't stop thinking about a potential future with you. And they've actually kind of tried to sideline these thoughts. But what I'm getting is that they haven't been able to. I'm hearing you are unlike anyone that I've ever encountered or met before. So that is how this person feels towards you. I got the word uncle for someone. So that tells me someone here may have an uncle figure in their life who's almost like a father for them, who may have told them something like, hey, I feel like this feminine is special to you, or this person is different. That won't be for everyone. For others of them, this could be some relative or friend who they've talked to about you. And I'm just so strongly hearing a masculine talking about you and someone saying, this girl, this feminine energy, this woman seems different. Of course, a feminine doesn't have to be a female necessarily for the purposes of these readings. I use the terms masculine and feminine to describe energy dynamics, so they don't necessarily correlate to particular genders. And I also want to say that as we are channeling into both divine feminine and divine masculine messages, we all have a balance of each of these energies within us. So these messages could apply to your internal feminine, your internal masculine, or some external person or situation. But we also have the card, what is the truth? I feel like someone is really curious about what you want or about how you're feeling, or they're trying to get to the truth of you. There's something about you that's very mysterious to this person. And the reason all of this is coming up in the root chakra is because I feel as though it's somewhat affecting your sense of stability, mentally, physically, emotionally, not necessarily in a negative way, but there's something potentially kind of ungrounding about this energy, kind of untethering, just because when you are someone who is very energetically sensitive and you have these individuals thinking about you really heavily, you can open up these lines of kind of telepathic energy exchange that can leave you with that kind of buzzing, low-level adrenaline feeling. So I am getting a general message, if this is for you, Divine Feminine, to really, really prioritize grounding your energy, clearing your energy at this time. I know that's somewhat cliche to say. I know we talk about energy clearing and energy grounding a lot on this channel, but it's especially important at this time to use whatever tools you have for energy hygiene, whatever works for you to get yourself stable and grounded. I'm hearing particularly in the morning to be sure to ground yourself before turning outward, before opening yourself up energetically, like checking all of your messages, your emails, seeing what people want from you, trying to like respond. Before you get into that responsive mode, tune into yourself first and respond to what you need out of this moment and out of this day. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards here, and I want to channel into the masculine, but I have to say already, I'm picking up that many divine masculines are very much in their feelings at this time. So if you are a divine masculine listening, which welcome to the channel. I so love having you here. If you are a divine masculine, I know that the majority of this channel is still divine feminines, but there are some divine masculines that I've seen in the comments section, and your perspective is so valued here. I'm also really excited to create more divine masculine specific videos. I did my very first one, I think ever on the channel, that was just like 100% geared towards you divine masculines just recently as a mini reading, and I know many of you really enjoyed that. So hopefully I'll be able to do more of that in the future. But divine masculine, let's see what you need to know on your root chakra. I want to be with you, but I'm scared. I feel for some of you divine masculines, there may be a divine feminine who is very intrigued by you, very drawn to you, and wants to know more or wants to connect with you more, but there's a level of reservation or a level of guardedness. I'm hearing this may be related to her past experiences. Hehowever, this divine feminine with the energy between us feels amazing or felt amazing. She's been reflecting a lot on, I'm hearing, sorry for the voice crack. There must be something going on with throat chakra energy. Maybe this is someone who is wanting to communicate with you, but wanting to do it properly and feeling a little bit of fear here because of, again, past experiences and guardedness. But I'm also hearing appearances. There may be something on the surface. What I'm getting is there may be a bond between the two of you where something on the surface makes you look almost like opposites, or like you're contradictory to each other, or wouldn't really harmonize together. And yet your soul essence is the same. I feel like I may have to do a whole mini reading sometime on this for you guys if this is for you. But I'm picking up on a divine feminine and a divine masculine where it's like on the surface, I'm hearing one person in this connection looks more rough around the edges just from like a physical standpoint, or there's something about them that has a like more there's more like of an edge to it, let's say. Not in a negative sense, but there's like an edge there. And I'm hearing rough start. This person may have gone through rough childhood experiences, had a rocky start in life. I'm hearing one was over sheltered and one was overexposed. Interesting. So I feel like one of you may have been very sheltered and had a very like polished, neat, clean, tidy upbringing, or maybe even an overly like rigid or strict upbringing, where the other was not really protected or sheltered at all and overexposed to all kinds of dynamics and turbulent situations that they should have been protected from as a child. So it's almost like you're coming from totally opposite ends of a spectrum, and that's caused you to, in the physical, present very differently from one another, almost like a yin-yang energy. And yet your soul essences are the same. And there's something energetically that, in spite of appearances, seems to be drawing the two of you towards each other. I'm hearing like the sun and the moon. Maybe one person is more like reflective and connected to the spiritual, the subconscious. The other person is more like outward focused, more physically oriented. I feel like for some of you, this truly could be a twin flame dynamic. That doesn't have to be the case. It could be a high level soulmate as well. But again, if you are a divine masculine listening and you are feeling this with a divine feminine, I feel like she's very intrigued by you, but also wanting to, I'm hearing, keep things a bit mysterious for now, keep things a little bit not distant just for the sake of being distant, but create some space here to be able to kind of process what's going on and protect herself, protect her own energy. That's what I'm getting here. And I'm hearing one thing that this divine feminine particularly seems to really enjoy about you and about this energy. First, I'm hearing like how easy it is to be around you, but also how respectful you've been of her need to take space. And that's been just like a major point of magnetism for this divine feminine. But I do feel a really strong energy exchange happening, even at the conscious level between the two of you. I saw 1221. So that tells me that you're really mirroring each other here. And that's why this is kind of coming up in both of your readings. But divine masculine, I can sense that you may be feeling a lot of really strong feelings for this person that may be even kind of overwhelming at times or difficult to sort out. So on your end as well, that grounding is equally as important, to hold that core of stability within yourself. I'm hearing to remember who you are at the core and to stay strong in that. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle here and move up to the sacral chakra. Let's actually go to the energy oracle cards and let's speak to the divine feminine. So what's happening in the sacral chakra of the divine feminine? Appreciation reversed. So I'm hearing divine feminine, you may be feeling a little bit frazzled, burnt out, or depleted, and it may be helpful to do some form of self-care. I'm seeing someone like getting their hair done or their nails or buying a new outfit or taking themselves out for coffee or dinner or taking a nice bath, relaxing, sleeping in if you can one day. I feel that self-care is coming up really strongly here to kind of reactivate that magnetic sacral chakra energy for you, divine feminine. And I'm also hearing that if there's something that you've been feeling kind of stuck on or frustrated on when it comes to your manifestations, doing this self-care, kind of coming back into that easier, softer, sacral lit up energy is actually going to open a portal of manifestation for you and lead to some kind of breakthrough with the Victory and Cornucopia card coming out here. And that's because with Magician and the Mirror, this is bringing you back into balance. I'm getting that for some divine feminines, you've had to push more into your masculine lately. And I feel this may have been out of some kind of necessity. So there's nothing wrong with drawing upon both energies within us, whether you are a divine feminine or a divine masculine. There are times where you have to draw on that inner opposite polarity for some reason. And I feel there may have been situations that came up for you, divine feminine, where you had to draw more on your inner masculine to kind of like go into that energy and to kind of drive or push something forward or apply discipline to like a situation or kind of move into that mode. Maybe this was because of your work or a situation that came up. I just feel like something came up for some of you that required that temporary, stronger draw on your masculine energy internally, but this may have left you feeling depleted. And I feel your inner feminine is asking to be reactivated and like adorned and appreciated and treated with softness and ease right now to rebalance your internal masculine and feminine essences at this time. And again, that's going to be key to your manifestation because everything that's created contains masculine and feminine essence. And when we master balancing our internal masculine and feminine, this opens up portals of creation, of manifestation in our own lives as well. So let's speak to the divine masculine. I instantly heard attraction. So I feel that the masculine sacral chakra is very activated. I'm feeling a very strong visceral pull towards someone or something. I'm hearing that may at times actually be overwhelming for you, divine masculine. Like you feel so drawn to someone or so drawn to something that I'm hearing it's almost triggering because whatever this thing is that's pulling you towards it is requiring a level of openness or vulnerability from you, or it's like pulling vulnerability out of you that you aren't quite accustomed to. And yet even that feels somehow deeply invigorating and like healing and energizing to be able to be so open and so vulnerable in a new way, but it's also terrifying. So that's what I'm getting on the divine masculine side. I'm also picking up on some kind of a shame block in the sacral chakra with I feel ashamed of what I've been doing with my life. I feel that for some divine masculines, when it comes to this new person, thing, or opportunity that you felt really drawn to, that's bringing out a newfound vulnerability from you, there may also be this sense of, am I worthy of this? Because I am feeling some shame for certain things that may have happened in the past, certain ways I may have handled situations. I'm almost feeling like you've been carrying something really heavy around, divine masculine, and this thing or this person that's magnetically drawing you into it and bringing out this vulnerability is essentially saying to you, it's safe to put that down now. That doesn't have to define you. You can let that go now. You don't have to feel that shame anymore. And I feel like this may have even really been emotional for some of you divine masculines listening, because with you feel like home to me, I'm getting that like whatever this is, it's somehow kind of taking you back to your inner child or your childhood as well. It's reminding you of certain things that may have happened in your past, maybe because it's someone you're talking to and you're sharing things that happened in childhood, or something about this new thing or opportunity is bringing up a worthiness wound from childhood. But the reason that's coming up right now is to be released, to remind you that you are worthy. I feel I'm speaking to a group of divine masculines who have gone through some very, very heavy things in their life. And I wanted to use a different word than things that may be in someone's vocabulary here. I might be channeling that through from someone, but it feels like you've been through some things and some serious darkness. And I'm hearing didn't have the best start in life. Feeling like you were dealt a hand of cards that was really rough to deal with way too early in life to be dealing with that kind of thing. And I'm hearing that you've been breaking some kind of cycle. And I feel that for many of you, this may have had to do with a parental figure. Specifically, it may have been a father figure, but this doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be a parent. This could just be you breaking toxic masculine cycles. Like generally, it may not be in your family, but for many of you, this may have been a family member or the way that you were brought up. I'm hearing not allowed to show emotion when you were a child or punished for showing emotion. And I feel as though you've actually always carried around this beautiful softness within you, but you've had to shelter it and protect it because of how you've been programmed to hide that part of yourself. And what I'm getting is that this pathway has not been easy for you. And there's this message from your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever forces, divine forces you connect with, simply to go easier on yourself in releasing this shame, because you are a very advanced soul. And that's actually why you were born into this situation that did not feel fair and was very challenging. It's because you're highly advanced as a soul, and you knew that the masculine collective was struggling, and you wanted to incarnate on earth to help to heal and shift some of those patterns. But you knew it wasn't going to be easy, and it hasn't been. And that's why it's been a rocky kind of road at times. And I just get this message of you've always done the best that you could with what you had. And that's why you're being called to release this shame, because no matter what's happened, no matter what's been done, no matter what's been said, you've taken the next best step from where you've been, and it's not been an easy road. Anyone in your situation would have been going through some of the same challenges and would have made those same kinds of decisions. And so I'm just getting this message of having more grace with yourself and letting yourself put down that shame and open up to something new that's calling forth this vulnerability from you and asking you to feel worthy of whatever this is. I'm hearing feeling worthy of good things. There may be a good thing that has come into your life or is trying to make its way into your life, and you're being asked to really acknowledge your own worthiness of whatever this is, of allowing this into your life. I'm trying to distract myself from thinking of you. Yeah, so you may, again, have very strong feelings of pull or attraction towards a particular person. This could be a feminine who is in your life or from your past. I feel like if this is a divine feminine for you, then this is someone who very much feels like home to you. And I'm hearing they make you feel like a child in the best way, but also like the highest version of yourself at the same time. And I'm hearing that's how you know it's real. When someone brings out your playful inner child, but also inspires you to be your highest version of self, that's when you know you've got a really good thing going on energetically. So thank you, Divine Masculines, for being here for this road that you've been on. If you are listening to this reading, I just really want to acknowledge you for the kind of work that you've been doing on the planet, because I know it hasn't been easy. So let's move up to the sacral chakra. And just give me one moment here. I got the words Africa, record, shoe, ruler, seat, south, birth, father, strong, football, letter, met, felt. So some of those words could be specific to someone. For those of you who are new, the Love Word Scramble is just a tool that I use to channel specific messages for certain people, but only take what does connect for you. Now, it's funny, I wasn't even necessarily intending on using this deck, Divine Feminine, but I shuffled one of the oracle decks, and the card I got for your solar plexus is, I don't feel I deserve you, but in the reverse position. And what this tells me is that I feel, Divine Feminine, you are learning to accept your worthiness of good things. And that sounds simplistic, but it's really not, because it's been a very long, slow, energetic unraveling to really come back into that knowingness of your own worth. But I'm hearing that the beautiful thing is you wear it so naturally now. Those are the words that are coming through. Like, you wear the confidence so naturally now. You wear the sense of worthiness. It's something that's firmly ingrained on your energy. And I also feel it's genuinely impacting the quality of everything that you are attracting into your life. With fear in the reverse position at the bottom of the deck, I feel some subconscious fears, major holding patterns have been released for you recently. I'm hearing if you've been more tired than usual, this is because there were certain subconscious programs or subconscious fears that were actually being released that you may not have even been aware of. I'm hearing until they were fully released, and then you suddenly may have woke up after needing a lot of extra sleep or rest or care and realized, wait a second, I'm not feeling that same fear, or I don't have that same subconscious worry weighing on me as I did in the past. I feel more balanced with the balance card coming up here. And I'm hearing signs of healing may emerge like that in your reality, but they're going to be kind of subtle and unexpected. Like you're just going to be like, wait a second, I used to react that way and now I react this way. Or I used to be attracted to this kind of person in a friendship or romantically who would treat me in this way, but now I feel apathy when I'm mistreated. I feel like I want to detach and disconnect rather than prove my worth because I know my worth. Those are the kinds of thoughts that you'll find kind of popping up in your mind. Again, it's going to be subtle, but pay attention to those moments where you realize, wait a second, I'm healing. I'm handling this totally differently than I would have handled this in the past. And this is a major sign of my own growth and expansion. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle here and let's see what's going on for the divine masculine in the solar plexus chakra. So what is happening in the solar plexus of the divine masculine? We have hostilities in the reverse position. I'm hearing coming to terms with something or coming to peace with something. Uprooting something, possibly coming to peace with the need to uproot something that you may have invested in or put time or energy into, but that you're realizing wasn't really right for you. This could have been a job, a pathway, a certain connection, a direction you were going with your life. And I feel like there's just this deep sense of fulfillment in the letting go here, and almost a newfound sense of confidence emerging. I'm hearing there's an authentic confidence really emerging within you, divine masculine, as you have been coming to terms with letting go of something that uprooted itself from your life or that you personally uprooted from your life. And there is like this deep soul fulfillment that you may start feeling here as well, even without real explanation in physical terms. I'm also getting with Angel of Love in the upright position. There's something about unconditional love coming up here. How does this card relate? With the Magician and the Mirror upright and Victory upright, the Sun reversed in cornucopia. I feel like there was a sudden redirection in your life with the Sun card reversed, where like you were going down a certain path or direction and suddenly just uprooted and went another way. And there's a level of scariness in that because there's so much unknown. And yet I feel you found so much fulfillment in doing that. And I'm hearing you've also noticed massive blessings or manifestations, or you're going to start seeing those signs of manifestation on this pathway that seem to transcend logic. Like things will just feel as though they're starting to work or align themselves. And that's because you're on a path now that's more aligned with your soul. I'm hearing you're going to see successes or manifestations here as a result of this frequency that you're connecting with, that authentic confidence within yourself, this new pathway you're walking that's more connected with your soul. You're going to see successes that other people are going to look at and think it's illogical almost because of either how quickly certain things are coming together or the opportunities that you might receive on this path, but it's because you're living more authentically true to yourself. Now, I do feel a major new door opening for you in love with door to romance coming up here, and yin yang. I mean, for some of you, this could be a twin flame or a very high level soulmate, but I'm hearing that this is a person you've only been able to meet or connect with in the physical realm because you've been on this pathway of healing yourself. You've been going through some major self overhaul is what I'm hearing, self development with door to personal healing and happiness in the upright position. And I'm almost getting the sense that this happens or pops up for you just while you're focused on yourself, your own healing, your own growth, and maybe even putting love on the back burner. And then suddenly it's like there's been this person either from your past or present who's come back into your reality or your life or entered your life for the first time in this lifetime, although there may be a past life connection there with that person. But I feel like this just kind of pops up for you in love when you're focusing on your own healing, your own self-development, your growth, doing this major life overhaul, like uprooting your path in some way. And then it's like you bump into this person in the physical world. And with the temple path upright, I feel like this is because you and this feminine that's coming up here connect when you're both aligned with your personal highest vibrational timeline. Because if this is the same person we were describing earlier in the reading, regardless of appearances or maybe even opposite appearances, upbringings, things on the surface, you both have carried the same core soul essence within you. And it's that core soul essence that is bringing you together. I paused for a moment because I was thinking of, I did a mini reading on a dream I had a while ago, and the dream was that there was someone running and they looked over and there was a person running parallel to them. It was a masculine and a feminine. And the thing about this dream is they were running parallel for a while, but then the masculine crossed the street to the feminine and they struck up a conversation and really seemed to hit it off. And in the dream, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, these two energies were running parallel that whole time and they didn't even realize it. And now it's like they're walking together. And I feel that this dream is coming back up again because for a divine masculine listening, there's been a divine feminine running parallel to you like this. And it's like your paths are merging or going to merge very soon. This could be someone that's come back up in your consciousness or that you've been made aware of recently or that you've met recently, like bumped into in your physical reality in some way. And I feel like this is kind of a message for both the feminine and the masculine here because I feel many feminines will actually relate to this as well. So regardless of which angle you're coming from here, I really hope that this reading has been helpful for you. If this has been connecting, I will be continuing this reading onto either Patreon or YouTube memberships. You can listen from either place, but I'll be doing an extended video for this reading. And in that extended reading, we are going to dive into the heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra centers. So the other 4 chakras for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So the link to join me there is underneath this video. But thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. I am really enjoying these deep level feminine and masculine 7 chakra reads. So I hope you've been enjoying them too. I would love to get your feedback in the comments. Let me know how you've been doing. Let me know what connected for you as well. And of course, feel free to subscribe if you do want to join our YouTube community. And otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful remainder of your day. And I guess today is Friday, so a remainder of not only your day, but your week. Hopefully you have some wonderful weekend plans, even if that's just resting and caring for yourself with all of the intensity that's been coming up in this reading. But regardless, have a beautiful day. And I am still doing my daily videos, so I will be back on with another reading tomorrow, and I will connect with you there again soon.